So wash day routine is actually one of the most important aspects of a natural hair care. But do you know that the way that you wash your hair may damage or promote your hair growth? Guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you 7 mistakes to look out for. If you've been making them, you need to change. And if you're not making any of these mistakes, you're a champion. So let's get right into the video. So I want this video to follow in steps. Now, the first mistake that you're probably making is skipping pre-poo treatment or skipping pre-pooing. And when I say pre-poo, I don't mean just applying products on your hair. Of course, that is what pre-poo is all about. You know, what you apply or what you do to your hair before you shampoo your hair. Pre-poo can also be called pre-shampoo. Okay, however, I am speaking of pre-poo in the aspect of properly detangling your hair before the big event. Now, the reason why this part is very important, have you ever washed your hair and find out that in the process of washing your hair is like super matted and you're taking a lot of time trying to detangle one section or trying to detangle your hair? Yeah, it used to be me. And that is when I learned that pre-pooing my hair before shampooing my hair is actually a game changer. And do you know what? It helps to reduce a lot of shedding. So what happens is that when you pre-poo, you detangle your hair, and when you detangle your hair, in that moment you're removing any shedded hair. So why it is important to remove your shed hair or to detangle before pre-pooing is that some of these shedded hair, they kind of tangle with our main hair, and when you go to the bathroom with this so much tangles and all, you might not be patient enough to remove them gently, and then you end up losing a whole lot of hair. So that is why it is important that you pre-poo your hair. Don't skip pre-pooing, okay? Unless your hair does not tangle, of which if you have a natural fussy hair or more, your hair must tangle. I mean, it is normal. It is not, it is just normal for us. Okay, so pre-poo your hair before you head over to shampoo your hair. Okay, and when you're pre-pooing your hair, detangle your hair with a white tooth comb. I like to detangle first with my finger, then go in with my white tooth comb. And also when you are combing, please don't forget to start from the ends of your hair and work your way to the roots. Okay, so another reason why you should pre-poo your hair is that if you skip pre-pooing, your hair feels stripped, okay, and breaks off so easily. So use ingredients such as aloe vera, such as oil, or even a conditioner to comb and detangle your hair first before going over to shampoo your hair. The second mistake that people make is detangling roughly. Okay, I mentioned this earlier. When you're detangling your hair, please be gentle, okay? There is no need to rush if you really want to grow your hair. Even when you're handling your most expensive wigs, you see how you're gentle combing through so that you don't lose those coils if they are coily wigs, or you don't damage your wigs. How much more your natural hair, right? Now, if you're the type that used to, rip through your hair using a small comb, please, you need to, switch that small comb with a white tooth comb, all right? And detangle gently. The third mistake is overusing your shampoo. Okay, so shampooing too often or applying shampoo directly on your ends is not good. You don't actually need to put shampoo directly on your ends. Like, your main concentration should be on your scalp, because that is where the build-ups happen, right? And most times when you shampoo your scalp, the lather is quite enough to wash the ends of your hair. Unless, however, you are using like a heavy product, you are heavy-handed when it comes to products, then you can shampoo your hair strands. But please don't shampoo your hair strands too much. If you shampoo your scalp twice, you can just shampoo your hair strands once. Remember that I said that the foam, the lather that falls from your scalp to your strands is actually quite enough, okay, to do the rest. So if you shampoo your scalp twice to get rid of build-ups, shampoo your hair strands once. And if you can, don't even touch shampoo directly on your ends, because this causes dryness. All right, when you concentrate the shampoo on your ends are going to feel dry, super dry and brittle. And we know that our problem is not that our hair is not growing from the root. The problem is that we are not retaining the length. Okay, so the best way to retain length is to take care of your ends, and the best way to take care of your ends is to prevent it from drying out. If your ends are not dry, if it is not brittle, if it is not breaking, you are likely to retain much more length. Okay, so yeah, once you shampoo your scalp, you can let the lather just fall down the rest of your hair strands, and that should be okay. Unless, like I said, if you're heavy-handed on products, then you can just shampoo your hair strands once and that should be okay. All right, but this is just my opinion. You know what feels okay for your hair. Do what feels okay for you, girl. Another mistake that can be damaging to your hair is using hot water. I can't believe that people still don't understand that using hot water is not good for your natural hair. So something happened one time. I was complaining to my friend. She specializes in skincare, right? So I was complaining that my skin is always dry even after bathing. The first question that she asked me was, do you bathe with hot water? And I said, yes, of course. And it was during the Harmattan period. So I said, yes, of course, I bathe with hot water. She said, no. Instead of using hot water, why not mix it with cold water so it will be lukewarm? So if your skin does not need hot water, why will your hair need hot water? You get? So using too much hot water causes your hair to dry out. Already you are shampooing your hair, which is likely to strip out the natural oils, and you're going in with hot water, which is also going to completely dry out your hair, okay, and plus damage your hair in the process. So don't use that kind of hot water that your body can barely bear. I know that sometimes when the weather is cold, like super cold, it can be tempting to use hot water, but please resist that temptation and just mix it, or let it just be warm. Okay, just try and mix the water so that it becomes warm a little bit. That will help you much more better than using a very hot water to wash your hair. Okay, because hot water, like I said, causes your hair to dry out completely. So another mistake that I was doing in the past that I encourage you to stop doing if you are still doing it is skipping deep conditioning. Deep conditioner helps to restore moisture and elasticity back to your hair. So don't wash your hair and just rely on rinse of conditioner only. It doesn't, sometimes it's not enough to restore moisture back to your hair. Okay, and I know that it's not all hair that needs deep conditioner. Speaking based on my own experience with taking care of our hair, like I take care of 3 different natural hair, so I don't deep condition my daughter's fine hair all the time. For like 4 months now, I've not deep conditioned her hair, and that is because I noticed that it was not good for her hair. Unless that is your case. In my own case, I need to deep condition as often as possible. Anytime that I shampoo my hair, I will have to deep condition my hair. Sometimes you just don't have to go out of your way. You can turn your regular conditioner into a deep conditioner by adding a few things, okay, and that will just make a whole lot of difference. So don't skip deep conditioning, especially if you are always dealing with dry hair. It is going to help you a lot to overcome dryness. All right, the 6th mistake that you should avoid is not sectioning your hair, especially during your wash day. Okay, in the past I just used to enter the shower and then I'll just start washing my hair, and what I've noticed is that way I take a whole lot of time, honestly. And sometimes when I come out, my hair is like completely tangled, and I don't know, I'm dreading the detangling process and all of that. But then when I start washing my hair in sections, it's made a whole lot of difference. Okay, so work in sections. Even when you are shampooing, you can shampoo in sections too. You can part your hair like in 4 sections, and then take each sections and each section and then work on that. Or you can just part your hair into halves and then take each half. Anyhow, but just try to not wash your hair as a whole. Okay, I don't know about you, but the tangle that you get when you wash your hair as a whole is crazy. I have 2 girls plus mine, so I'm actually handling 3 natural hair. And I can tell you that each time that I wash our hair, or either of us, without sectioning it, the detangling process is always too long. And sometimes if I'm not patient enough, we just used to record a lot of breakage. Why not just prevent that by just working in sections, which also help to make the work much more easier. I know it looks like a lot, but if you look at it in the long run, it's actually way shorter compared to when you're hurriedly, washing your hair as a whole. I hope that makes sense. Now, the last but not the least is rough drying your hair. Okay, so this is the mistake that I used to make, using my regular towel to just rub on my hair when I finish washing my hair. So you've taken your time to do all of these works, and then at the end of the day, you're using like your regular towel that you used to clean your body to towel your hair. It will not only cause dryness, it will also tangle your hair like crazy. Okay, so instead of using a regular towel, you should opt for, there's a towel they call microfiber. I don't own one, but if you can get one, it will be nice. You can use that to towel dry your hair. Now if you cannot get one, there's no problem. I used to use my old t-shirt or my old polo to towel dry my hair. And once you're drying your hair, please don't rub it roughly, just gently pat your hair dry. You don't need your hair to be 100% dry before you go into moisturize your hair and put it in any style that you want. Okay, even if you want to blow dry your hair, you still don't want your hair to completely dry out water. Okay, so use a cotton t-shirt or your microfiber towel to dap your hair. Dap, not rub. Don't rub it too roughly, just dap. You just want to get the excess water out. Trust me, the moment you start detangling your hair, it will even dry out. At the end of the day, you might even end up like reapplying water again to continue with your moisturizing. Okay, so here are the 7 mistakes that I feel that might be hindering your hair growth, especially on wash days. If you feel like, oh, I'm doing everything right, but something still feels wrong, maybe one of these mistakes might be one of the things that is lacking, or one of the things that is off in your wash day routine. All right guys, so please let me know how you feel about this video. Have you made any of these mistakes? Are you currently making anyone? Let me know. We are always adjusting. Okay, so yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. All right, if there's any more thing you think we should add to this list, please drop it down in the comment section. Let us all learn from each other. Thank you so much for taking out your time to watch this video all the way to the end. If you made it to the end, please give me a heart emoji. Let me know that you stayed to the end. Thank you guys, and yeah, please don't forget to share this video to your loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more natural hair content such as this one. And until I come your way next time, my name is Favor. Please take care of your amazing self, and bye.